Hi everyone, it's me, Ray Ray. Once again, welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel for the first time if you are in fact here for the first time. I'm glad that you're here. I really do appreciate you being here and watching me today. So today, I am going to be talking about something that is, I think, quite close to my heart. It is okay, if I can speak. We're showing off the ADHD traits early, I guess. So today, I'm going to be talking about my personal ADHD pro tips, a little bit of backstory about me. I have always sort of struggled growing up with organization and for being forgetful and leaving stuff places and being messy and, you know, all of the things, right? And I, was, I guess, not that hyperactive of a child, even though I remember multiple times, like, teachers saying that I wouldn't stop talking in class. But, I mean, I guess girls don't have ADHD, only little boys do, and you're usually like getting up out of the seat and running around and all this stuff, and you're uncontrollable, and that wasn't the case when I was a kid. It was definitely more internalized. It was more of the inattentive type rather than the hyperactive type of the ADHD, but yeah, definitely always kind of struggled with it. And over time, you just sort of get used to having the condition. Even if you don't know that you have the condition, you're just like learning how to deal with it. And so I've always had to sort of learn how to deal with it. And thus I came up with these sort of kind of tips over time. And I got diagnosed a few years back. Once it was after the pandemic, I believe. Yeah, it was right after that. It was like 2021. And I had just gotten laid off of a really toxic job where I was extremely stressed, extremely anxious the whole time working there. And it was really tough for me, and I felt like I was losing my mind. I felt like I couldn't function as like a normal person anymore because I was so anxious and stressed. And then I started a new job, and I realized I literally just cannot continue feeling like this because admittedly, up until like later adulthood, like right now, most of it was pretty easy. I could sort of like still function quite well. Like in school and such, I always did pretty good in school. I just sort of figured out like how to do what I needed to do, and it was mostly okay. But I will say, had I known a lot earlier that I struggled with this, I probably could have done even better in school, which is a little bit of a bummer. But it is what it is. There's not much you can do about that anymore. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. It's not worth really thinking about it. So the point of today's video is to talk about some of these sort of like pro tips, I would say, that I have come up with over the years, just kind of dealing with this, my own personal pro tips, and I figured I might as well share them with the world in case it potentially could help other people, and I hope that it does actually help you as well. So I'm going to go ahead and stop rambling. My apologies for all of that. And I'm going to go ahead and get started into the pro tips. Starting off with cleaning. People with ADHD are not known to be the cleanest people. I am definitely not. I try to be so much. And actually, admittedly, I feel like I've gotten a lot better because I kind of like have come up with these tips about the whole cleaning process. So my first tip is when you're cleaning your house, focus on one room at a time. So in my house, I have 2 floors and a basement, and I personally like to start on the top and then sort of work my way down. I start in the upper corner of the house and kind of go from there. So that is like my master bath and master bedroom area. So I start in the bathroom and I clean that up. I go into the bedroom, clean that up, work my way through the hallway and the other areas of the house, and then go downstairs from there and just kind of keep focused on one section at a time. So that way it just kind of keeps me on track. I'm not bouncing around to all these other rooms trying to like get stuff done in other rooms. I'm just focusing all of my attention on one area. If you struggle with ADHD, which I'm going to assume that you do because you're watching this, you probably know that it's incredibly easy to get distracted by doing something in another room. What I like to do is also keep cleaning supplies sort of like scattered around the house. I have, cleaning stuff in the bathroom, stored under the sink. That sort of stuff I use kind of in the bathroom and then in the bedroom if needed. So like, a duster. And I really enjoy using Windex mixed with rubbing alcohol. I think it makes like a great multi-purpose cleaner. Windex, rubbing alcohol, and a little bit of water too. I like to dilute it a bit, and I use that kind of like everywhere where I need a little bit of sanitization and mirror cleaning, glass cleaning, and it works really, really well on most surfaces. I wouldn't use it on furniture. Probably not a good idea. I don't do that. I would not recommend it. Get some furniture polish for that. Otherwise, it works great on like hard materials. Like I have quartz countertops, and then of course like disinfecting the toilet and such. So I have that kind of in different spray bottles like around the house. I think I have it on every floor because I like it so much. So just different containers of that. Yeah, so that way you have all these different cleaning spray bottles around, so you don't have to go to other areas to actually like get distracted in those other areas and then realize, oh, I have to do this thing, and then oh, I gotta do this thing, and like it's just too easy to get distracted by doing something else in another room. So don't do that. Just focus on one room at a time. You will be able to get it cleaned. Also, while I'm doing that, I always have to have something playing like in headphones or over like a Bluetooth speaker or something like that, because I need something to get me through the cleaning. I need like some entertainment, something. So I would say that's another tip as well. Definitely listen to something entertaining while you're cleaning, because it's going to help immensely to actually get that cleaning done, and you will thank me later. Another thing is decorative bins to throw stuff in that maybe winds up on the floor a lot. So I got this decorative bin from Target, and I keep the parts of like my bedding in there that are like the more decorative parts of my bedding. So like the big pillows and the little accent pillows that I don't always want, obviously, to keep on my bed, because I don't really need accent pillows when I'm sleeping, but they make the bed look really cute whenever I actually make the bed, which is quite rare if I'm honest, but on occasion I do like to make the bed. I just chuck all of that stuff in that bin, and I don't worry about it. I just chuck it in there. It just looks a lot better than it being on the floor. So definitely maybe get something like that, so that way you can just like throw stuff in it, whether it be what I just said with like the bed, or maybe blankets, or I don't know, clothes or something that you keep tossing on the ground, at least it looks better than it being just on the floor like in a ball. And it's easy, you don't have to like organize it at all, you just throw stuff in there and you're good. That's definitely something I would recommend, and maybe find a cute one, and Target has some really cute options. Another tip cleaning wise is multiple laundry bins and countertop organizer bins. So for the multiple laundry bins, I think I actually like heard of this tip on TikTok once upon a time, but somebody said that they have 2 laundry bins, one for clean clothes and one for dirty clothes, and I thought that was so smart. And if you're like lacking in space and then lacking in the brain capacity to organize and put away clothes, you need a clean clothes laundry bin, or rather, maybe not even necessarily like fully clean, like, you know, fresh out of the laundry clean, but maybe clothes that are gently worn, that it's not necessary to wash them right away, but you don't feel like putting them away. It's a lot better than like throwing clothes on like a desk chair or something. I did that a lot growing up. And I don't actually have a desk chair in my room anymore, which is probably good, because otherwise I would also probably throw a bunch of clothes on that desk chair. But anyways, I digress. Getting a clean clothes laundry bin to just chuck clean clothes in whenever you're not feeling like doing that, it is so much better than chucking them on the floor or on an office chair. Also, countertop organizers. This one is so huge for those of us that struggle with remembering that things exist when you put them away neatly. I straight up like don't remember things when they are put away, tucked away. I won't ever use them. I will straight up forget that they exist. I don't think object permanence is actually the right term for that, or maybe it is. I don't know. It's basically object permanence, because I straight up like, it doesn't exist to me if it's somewhere else that is not within a line of sight for me. I have gotten some decorative like countertop organizers from Target. Once again, plugging Target for their awesome like home good stuff, because I swear I find all of the most useful home good stuff at Target. And I got these like cute like bamboo organizers that are modular, and you can like move the boxes out if you don't need them, or like if you do need those boxes, you can use those boxes for other things, and they're really useful and I really enjoy them a lot. I put a lot of stuff there, all the stuff that I need to remember to use in the evening, like for skincare stuff or for just general hygiene purposes. Just if I want to like store stuff that I don't want to have to go looking for, I just put all of that there. And I think this is technically a cake stand. I'm pretty sure it was actually labeled as such. But at IKEA, I got this cool like 2-tiered stand that I have a bunch of stuff on in my bathroom to remind myself to use those items and that they still exist. But it looks a lot better than just like a bunch of just product just laying out on the counter, like spread all over the place. In my opinion, I think it looks better. It looks a little bit more neat and tidy and a little bit more organized. So I would definitely recommend investing in something like that if you're able to. So yeah, I would highly, highly recommend all of those things. Category number 2, I wanted to talk about lifestyle tips. The first one that I have here is I have my keys and my wallet together with a tile tracker attached to it. this may or may not be like a great idea for everybody, but I really like this. The reason why I like it is because it's all together. You know, I need my keys and I need my wallet. And instead of forgetting one or the other or misplacing one or the other, it is together. It is the one thing to remember. And of course, because I didn't want to like lose my wallet and not be able to find it, I got a tile tracker, and that has GPS on it, and also you connect it to an app and it plays a noise and you can find where that item is. And because of that, I have one item, one thing that I could potentially lose and or misplace, but since I have the tile tracker on it, I can like easily find this one item. It's a lot better than misplacing multiple things. So I really like that. It's been very helpful for me. I've only really had to use the tile like once to try to find my keys and wallet. Luckily, I haven't really like misplaced it too many times. But it was really nice to have the tile tracker on there, so I'm glad that I had that. So would recommend having it all together if that floats your boat. I also really love a crossbody bag. So this is my other tip. This is my second tip here for lifestyle. If you are somebody who carries a bag, get yourself a crossbody bag. Thank me later. So backstory here. So growing up, I would always have purses that had just like the big chunky like shoulder straps, and I friggin' left them places. Like I would forget about them because they were not on me. I would just like, you know, I left it at like restaurants and stuff. And yeah, since it wasn't like on me, I just put it down and I forgot about it, and that could have been really bad. I guess luckily I wasn't like a child, and I didn't have too much stuff in the bag, but like still you don't want to like, you know, lose whatever like little wallet that you had with like $5 in it or whatever. But like ever since like I went on vacation once as a kid and I got a crossbody bag, and I never went back. Like having a bag on you and not being able to forget it was so huge for me. Oh my gosh, it helped so much with my forgetfulness, like because I did not take it off of me. And you don't need to take it off of you, even when you're like sitting down eating, or heck, like I've even like had it on in the car, like with my seatbelt on. It's less comfortable, I'll admit, but like you could totally do it. It just allows you to actually remember that you have this bag on you, and it's so much harder to misplace it. Also, a big thing about a crossbody bag is that you actually feel the weight when the weight changes, which is huge. So if you don't have something in the bag that you know that normally needs to go in the bag, i.e. your wallet and keys, and if you don't have your wallet and keys in that bag, you'll be able to feel it because the weight is very different when you don't have that item in the bag. And I found that helps a lot because I get used to the weight of a full bag, and when I don't have something important in it, I can absolutely tell. It is huge. It is so helpful. Get a crossbody bag if you wear bags. It's like life-changing. I never use any other kind of bag unless maybe it's a backpack. But even still, it's not nearly as useful as a crossbody bag. So highly, highly recommend that, of course. I guess that's about all the tips that I have for this video. If you enjoyed me giving my tips, please let me know. Maybe like the video, maybe comment if if you did. Maybe share with people if you would like to do that and be nice to me. I would really appreciate it. And I really appreciate you being here. If you watched to the end of the video, thank you so much. I really do appreciate you being here. And yeah, I'm happy to do more of these if you are interested, so let me know. And with that all being said, thank you so much again. I hope you have a good evening or day or night or morning, whatever it is where you are. And I'll see you again. Okay, bye.